Hello and welcome to another episode of Practice Perfection. Now, ordinarily we work on practicing things through permutations. We'll take different patterns and then rotate them around and really get some mastery by doing it that way, exploring all these different iterations of an idea. But today I thought it'd be good to kind of go back a little bit to fundamentals and do a warm-up that I actually did in an earlier session today in Let's Get Good. And it's a pattern that goes like this. 4 measures of single strokes, 4 measures of double strokes, 4 measures of single paradiddles. And in that episode we did it in eighth notes, but I think when you're a little bit more advanced, as I'm assuming the audience will be for this episode, or for this stream, we'll do it in 16th notes, which is how I usually practice it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at a quarter note equals 80 beats per minute, and we're going to play through that a few times, starting on your strong hand. And hang with us through after we've done that, because I'm going to also try to throw in a little bonus at the end, another way that we can use this pattern to get better and explore our drumming and coordination. So here we go. Let's get started. So I'm going to recommend use 2 different drums for clarity of hearing it at first, or you can play on a pad too, or on your legs. It doesn't really matter. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 3, 4. Now doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now single paradiddles. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Sorry, I'll play in time there. 3, 4. Back to singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now paradiddles. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. 2, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So we'll do kind of what I would consider an abbreviated way of practicing this today, and that we'll only do it 2 times at each tempo. But I think it's good to get that at least 1 repeat in. And when you can, and especially at faster tempos, maybe get in 3 or 4 repeats at each tempo. And then also do it on your weak hand as well. So let's go on now to 90 beats per minute. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2, 3, 4. Doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddles. 2, 3, 4. Back to singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Okay, on up to 100. Here we go. 100 beats per minute. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a singles. 2, 3, 4. Now doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now paradiddles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now back to singles. 1, Okay, on up to 110. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddles. 2, 3, 4. Back to singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now paradiddles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. Now at some point, any of you guys are going to probably feel, okay, this is way too fast, or you're fighting it, you're getting all that tension. Remember, don't do that. I can't say it any plainer than that. It doesn't do you any good to try to practice something that's too fast for you. So if this is too fast for you right now, just watch. Enjoy it. Remember it. Internalize it. Memorize this pattern. And practice it at a slow speed on your own. You can try it twice. Sorry, not twice as fast, but twice as slow. Half as fast. You could go at some speed where it's lining up with the metronome clicks. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, very slowly. The main point here is just to be comfortable, and you will work it up on your own. So here we go. We're going to go up to 120 now. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. I'm on the snare drum this time. 3, 4. Now doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now paradiddles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to switch back to the tom for singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1. Now at this point, if you're wondering how I'm playing the double strokes, I'm playing using wristed strokes. So I'm playing both of them as individual wrist strokes, but I'm keeping loose. I'm keeping relaxed. And a great way to practice that is just, if you've never done this before, just practice on your leg with double strokes. Just doing very good pops, popping each one of them all the way back and not going down and then a tap, down and then a tap. But instead, each one pops all the way back up. And do that sometime when you're not needing to really focus on much else, with your hands, just like maybe you're reading something or you're watching something or just sitting there riding somewhere in the car, whatever. And just do a lot of these. These are how I have gradually worked up my speed to a lot faster. And playing fast doubles without having to use bounces. Now bounces are useful too, but for right now this is how I'm doing it. So this exercise can go a lot faster. You just, work your way up. It's a great way of gauging where you really are in your technique, because singles and doubles are the foundation of all the rest of drumming, and paradiddles are the most common first combination of singles and doubles that you get put together. So if you've got these guys in shape, especially if you can do it at these kinds of speeds reversed with your weak hand leading, then you don't have much to worry about. So good targets, I think, are quarter note equals about 160 for really being at a point where you're really comfortable. 200, even better, which is really, really fast. But that's, these are going to be distant goals for most of us. And actually, I think 200 I'd need to work toward a little bit too, get back in shape. So I promised a bonus, and here is that bonus. This is a more advanced way of playing this pattern. Actually, I'm going to give you 2 bonuses. Let's make 2. So here's one that's not quite as advanced, but it's more advanced than this. This is a way that I like to play it and work my way around the set. So what I do is I just play the singles, doubles, paradiddles thing, but I work my way around different drums, cymbals, and just stay within the sticking. 1, 2, I'll show you. 3, 4, 1, 2. Now double. 2, So that's the idea. Now, that might look a little daunting at this kind of speed for you if this is still a new pattern or if you're not up to that tempo. But think about just taking that at a comfortable tempo for you, and try it out. You can always limit your movements to 1 or 2 drums at a time so you don't kind of overload your brain, because your brain tends to process any new positioning of whatever it is you're working on as though it were a new pattern. And you have to give it a little bit of time to get comfortable with, oh yeah, this is the same thing, by keeping it slow and giving it a few repetitions. Then your brain will settle in, oh yeah, it's just that thing, but it's a slightly different physical positioning. And then you're fine. And then eventually you do that enough times and the whole drum set becomes that way for you. And you can just take whatever pattern it is, play it around the drum set, and you're good. Okay, so here's the more advanced bonus to this. This one's a little trickier, and you have to really kind of have your coordination together, but this is, even if you are not ready for this, watch it anyway, because it's a cool thing and it can give you some idea of where you can go. So I'm going to slow this down a bit. Okay, so here is 80 beats per minute. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a basic rock groove with my hands. Just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And what I'm going to do at the same time is I'm going to play the singles, doubles, and paradiddles with my feet in 16ths. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 2, 3, 4. Now we'll switch to doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now paradiddles. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a more advanced way of playing the singles, doubles, and paradiddles, 4 bars each, with your feet while doing something over the top with your hands, in this case a basic rock groove. And that one does take some extra work to get down. So if that one just was way over your head, don't worry about it. Wait on this, but come back and revisit it so you plant a seed in your mind, and you'll be able to come back to it at some point and revisit it and try it out, and you'll be in good shape. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Practice Perfection. I hope you enjoyed that warm-up of 4 bars each of single strokes, double strokes, and single paradiddles in 16th notes along with the metronome, as well as the 2 bonuses that we did of first orchestrating that around the drum set, distributing those notes everywhere, and then second, playing the same warm-up pattern but with your feet while doing a rock groove over the top with your hands. So definitely some great workout stuff there, and even just sticking with the original warm-up, that is a fantastic thing to keep pushing forward, both with your strong lead hand and your weaker hand, and work up tempo by tempo until you're feeling really comfortable. So if you have any questions or comments about these, please feel free to throw them down in the comments below for the video. You can also contact me at my website, kitmills.com, and I'll be happy to answer questions that way. And if you have not already done so, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. And if this was a useful video for you, I hope you'll like the video as well. So thank you so much. My name again is Kit Mills, and I'll look forward to practicing with you next time. See you later.